Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Welcome back or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or on my feeds, simply take what resonates and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Happy Friday. We made it. What a week. What a week it has been in so many different ways. I'm first going to talk a little bit about the energy update because I've got something really cool to kind of talk about. At least I think it's really cool anyway. I was sitting with spirit this morning in meditation, and I was trying to meditate, and I kept feeling my neck and my shoulders, and then it went like into this area here, all these muscles here. And as I was sitting there, kind of like okay, trying to meditate, and I'm trying to ignore this stiffness. Spirit literally said, tap into the stiffness because we want to talk to you about it energetically. And I was like, okay, great. It's not my stiffness. I don't have to worry about the stiffness for the rest of the day. So I tapped into it, and what Spirit said was the energy right now has been very stiff and it's been very divided. And what we lean into is going to affect us in more than one way, energetically and physically. So, I get it. There's a lot of turbulence right now. There's a lot of uncertainty right now. But watch what you lean into. Watch what you lean into as far as that stiffness goes. I have, been sitting with spirit a lot with all of this energy that's been floating around. And there's, I don't know how, but I can tell you that in the next couple of weeks, there is going to be some kind of light shining on all of us. There's going to be a settling with this, there's going to be a space where this pivots. So in the meantime, until we get there, stay in your heart, stay in that loving space. Don't blend with the stiffness that's going on out there. Don't blend with the fear. Don't blend with any of that uncertainty energy that's kind of floating around. The reason that I say don't blend with it is it gives it more power and it takes away your own personal power. And when we give our personal power away, when we just kind of say, I'm just gonna join the train of all of this franticness, it has a physical effect on you. So if you're feeling stiff, sore, inflamed, just pause for a moment and just kind of revisit where your thoughts have been. Am I spending too much time in social media? Am I believing everything that's being said? Am I where am I in all of this? Just kind of pause and give yourself an energetic break from this divide. It's kind of like, and this is what Spirit said, enough is enough with the divide. We are going to learn to come together collectively, and there is some light that is going to shine. Stay in that. Just the physical world has always had its moments. It's always had its divide. It's always had its learning. This is not new. What's new is that we're being asked to shift on how we're looking at it. It's going to settle down. Watch what you're blending with this over the weekend. Give yourself a break. And yes, Fran, it was literally enough is enough. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I come out of meditation and I'm like, oh, okay, that stiffness is gone. I received the transmission and understood it. So if you're trying to be, you know, um, more grounded and more balanced. Enough is enough. Just stay out of the fear and stay. Watch what you're swallowing. It's literally that simple. Watch what you're swallowing. And there's so many floating pieces right now, and the best thing that we can all do is stand collectively together and Care Bear stare it down. I don't know how or when for sure. It doesn't feel far in the next couple weeks there is going to be some unraveling of light, and it feels like a lot of truth. It feels like it was so bright. I talked about this on Wednesday. The light was so bright that shining on all of us, and it's coming in. So Care Bear stare until then and just stay in alignment. Don't feed this divide. Don't participate, in it's a waste of energy, right? When you think it's just a total waste of energy. Just pause, reconnect to something different, and just trust that we're going to pull through because we are. And that's exactly, and Spirit just literally shrugged. That's how I that's how it was for me. And I get it. I'm not downplaying anything from my own perspective of things, but what Spirit was saying was enough. Pull together rather than pull apart. There's some light coming, and I can't wait. I can't wait to sit deeper in meditation over the weekend, and I can't wait to see how this light is going to unfold. All right, I am going to grab some questions. I do have to watch the timeline a little bit because I'm working today. I am working today. little sip of that delicious tea, and we'll come up to the top here. That's what she said. Hey, Lana, could you lean in and ask if the vomiting I was experiencing was me going through menopause? And if so, is it over? So, as always, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. So when I lean into that energetically, I feel it more of a release, and I don't feel it as an illness. I feel it more as you've been holding something energetically. So that's what she said. Have you been also letting go, or have you been resisting letting go? So that's because I went into this space of it's a purge. It's a physical purge of energy that you've been holding on in your physical body. I can't connect it to a flu, and I can't connect it to menopause. With menopause, though, I will tap into that. If so, is it over? I don't feel like you're at the end of the menopause phase, and I feel you, sister. I do. I feel you, sister. I get it. It's our bodies are transforming, and it's not an easy journey. But what really helped me navigate through that was accepting that my body is changing and being proud of the I'll use the word of the space that I'm in, as far as the number goes. When I leaned into feeling proud of that, all that wisdom, all of that experience, all the learning, all the healing, the menopause seemed to settle down a little bit for me. So I would give that a try, just kind of embracing it a little bit more. We are all, there we go with my speech. We're always so hard on our physical body, and we hold our physical body sometimes hostage to our thoughts. Love it a little bit more. Love the transition into menopause. As difficult as it is, love it up. Okay. Good to see so many of you joining me. Rachel, what a time to come in. I had the worst pain and fever yesterday. I'm so much better today. I really resonate with this message. Thank you. And Rachel, thank you for sharing that. Some things are viral, some things are physical world stuff. That I really feel it's very similar to what I just talked about. You're holding it. Where energy is so powerful. I preach this all the time. We don't give it enough credit. We don't realize how physically hard it is on us when we lean into it, especially an energy that we don't resonate with, right? So if you don't resonate with what's going on and the toxic and all of that, it has a physical impact on us as well as an emotional and as well as our mental health. Negativity is brutally hard. Good to see everybody come in. Hello there, Bonnie, and there's Fran. That's what she said. Today's the fifth anniversary of my mom's death. Um, that's what she said. Has there? I just feel like either you're already doing it or you have it planned. I feel like there's some kind of celebration or honoring going on. And even if it's just between you and mom, I feel like she is joining you in that. And I feel like she's kind of like holding you up in that, celebrate it. And it kind of has that feeling of how I felt. That was kind of interesting. I felt the celebration that I enjoyed so much, the energy of celebration when I went to Mexico and got to experience that Day of the Dead. I feel like there's that. It can just simply be, celebrating over, with a cup of tea. It doesn't have to be a great big thing or just lighting a candle. But I feel like there's just a celebration energy. So either you've planned it or you're doing it. It's kind of how it feels like to me. PJ, Lula the cat has a new management plan for her health issues. Are they helping? I feel like you're already leaning into seeing a little bit of benefit from that. I feel like she's going to navigate through that. Um, and I do feel that she's on the right path with that. If that makes sense to you, there, PJ, I feel like it's the right path. Um, Goddess of happiness. Oh, I love your handle. Hi, dear. A couple of days ago, I had a dream that there was an entity beside me trying to suffocate me, and it smelled bad. I was in the sleep paralysis phase, by the way. What do you think of it? I just want to read that. I'm just going to read that again, just so that I can tap in. Okay, so goddess of happiness, when I lean in there, I don't feel it as a dark thing. I don't. What I feel though is when I tap into the physical world, have you 'cause the suffocate for me, when I went in there, I feel like I'm not getting a big breath in, and I feel like I need to let go. So I feel like the dream is trying to show you that something isn't right. Well, be aware and watch for it. Something isn't right. And if you're not aware of it now, it's coming. Something isn't right that you're going to have to let go. And the whole smell bad is your intuition. Your gut feeling is going to be, this doesn't feel right. This smells off. So watch your spiritual senses. Tap into your spiritual senses over the next couple days. I also feel it connects to a like I don't wanna say more, I think it's just one person, but it has, like, a people. There's something going on there with a person or a relationship that is going to it's almost like a heads up. Something's gonna smell off, and they're trying to get you to, I don't wanna use the word warn you, but warn you. They're trying to give you a heads up on it with when something feels like you're suffocating or losing yourself, there it is. When it feels that way, tap into your spiritual senses. If something smells off, feels off, if something feels like, I don't know about this, they're trying to get you to trust it. It's we do get messages in the most bizarre ways sometimes. I tapped into when I asked the question, "Do I need to smudge you, or do you need to smudge yourself?" But I leaned into that. Is there something here that I need to kind of tap in? I don't feel like you're open to receive that to begin with. I don't feel that. I feel it's like a turning up the volume message wise. And I feel like if you were to go back a week or so in time, I feel like you felt a little bit off. I just felt energetically, I feel a little bit off. They're just trying to get your awareness to trust what feels bad or what smells bad. If something smells bad, trust it. And just like I said, watch for that. I feel like I'm suffocating, and it's going to connect to a relationship, and it's either going to be like a friendship, or it's going to be there's something there with that. Enough is enough. Thank you, Spirit. Yes, friend, enough is enough. Ina, hi, Lana. Last time I wanted to ask something. Sorry, Ina. Ask something that happened when I was 2 years old. I wanted to ask something that happened when I was 2 years old. Okay, so, I'm gonna need a little bit more information on that, but when I lean in there on if you're I feel like you're not sure what happened, and I need to give you validation that what you're feeling needs to be honored. There's a truth there with how what you're feeling. Laura, I've had to remove myself from some social media platforms for my mental and emotional well-being. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It is a good thing. I say that all the time. Me myself, I don't read comments on social media. I'm very picky on what I follow and what I'm open to tap into and what I'm not open to tap into. I'm very protective of my energy, both what I read and what I'm physically around. I'm very protective. I protect my energy like it's a pot of gold, because it affects us at so many different levels. What we put ourselves into energy wise. So Laura, I'm really proud of you for that. Stick with it. PJ, I feel like we need a Zoom party to bring a snack and connect with each other. Thoughts? I have that in the calendar. I will be posting that. Look at you tapping into me. I do have that in my calendar. I'm going to be posting that probably over the weekend. I have a date. And I will probably maybe by Saturday, I will post, or Sunday, I'll post that on the channel as well as across my other socials. It is time to sit down and celebrate and connect with each other, absolutely, and with a little bit more time. Kate loves that, Care Bear stare down. Care Bear stare at. Absolutely. So when we're feeling helpless and when we feel like there's nothing that we can do, we can send energy to things. And when you think about, if we all did that, if we all sent energy to something, we all Care Bear stared it, it has an impact. And some people will roll their eyes at me with that, and I say, just try it. If all you can do is send love and light and healing to something, that is huge. That is a huge impact. And it also helps you process it, and it also helps you disconnect from it. Um, Ashley, does spirit have any messages for me today? Ashley, I feel like I've got to congratulate you on changing how you look at things. There's something that you've been kind of working on, personally, with your own personal growth. And I feel like you're going to take another big step into that, because I literally have my glasses removed and another pair put on, energetically. And I feel like you're changing the way you're seeing things. And I also feel, and spirit points in with you, you're also changing the way you're viewing yourself. So either you become a little bit softer with yourself, or a little bit more patient with yourself, or understanding. There's a shift there vibrationally for me that feels a lot more gentle. And I feel like it's just the beginning of a big opening for you. And I feel like the more that you open, I feel like there's something with your manifesting energy and it feels very exciting to me. I feel like your manifesting is starting to gain momentum, and it's because you've changed your perspective on things. So well done, you. Uh, Rashmi. Hi, Lana. Will I overcome the void of my mother not being there for me in my difficult time? I feel, when I lean into that, I feel like I've got to tap into a different kind of way of looking at that energetically. I feel that mom is there for you, but just in a very different way on the expectation is kind of where I have to lean on that. And I feel like when I can shift with, the thoughts on that on I can handle this. I've got support in so many different ways. I've got a lot of support, and from a different perspective, I feel like when you kind of lean in there, I feel like you're going to overcome that, a lot quicker. You're going to overcome it anyway, but I feel like you're going to come out. You're going to come through the other side of this with a different healing energy, especially when you look at mom. I just got to kind of shift how I'm looking at it, shift how I'm feeling it, shift where the support is. Sometimes the support we need needs to come from other areas, and I feel like that is huge here. We are all cheering for you here, and I'm supporting you here, and energetically, and your spirit guides and your ancestors are all supporting you. But sometimes we look for the support where we feel it should come from, and it's other support systems that are going to help teach us and help support us and help us grow and learn. And I feel like this experience is trying to guide you into some deeper healing. There's something else there that Rashmi, that I have to kind of scratch at. There's something else there with the healing. There's something more to this with the healing, not just with your mom. It's deeper than that. And I also feel like you're healing something like ancestry wise. I feel like there's more. So, I feel like there's like a different vibration from your ancestors that you're going to shift and change and heal, not just for yourself, but for them. So, in mom's background, so grandmother or mom's family, is there a very similar vibration here with lack of understanding or lack of support? Because I feel like it's behind. And when I feel it coming from behind, it's the ancestors. And I feel like you're healing that. And I feel like you've already started that journey. So well done, you. Um, where we go. Edie, is it possible that my dog Sparky is feeling very stiff from the energy? Absolutely. He is sleeping a lot and not eating much. He is 14, but normally a bit more spunky. Animals, so Didi, animals are very susceptible to the energy that's around. However, Dee Dee, I do feel that you've been pretty good balancing the energy that is floating around. So I feel, and I also feel a little bit of this is also physical because I'm feeling, I'm curious, Dee Dee, if it's more of his back end or like his back legs. I'm in the back quite a bit here. So I can feel my hips, I can feel my knees, I can feel my bum, and some of that stiffness I do feel also connects to him physically, but I feel it's a combination of the energy and physical. So I feel like I have to keep my eyes on him a little bit, but I also feel like I don't feel like I don't have my breath taken away, and when I don't have my breath taken away, it's less of a worry for me. All right. My mom told me she saw a light floating over my head, over my crib, and then I went down over my body and disappeared. I told her I saw a boy dressed in white. Was it my guardian angel? Um, I feel with this, I feel that somewhere, and I don't feel it far back. I feel this little boy as a connection to your family. So either there's been a miscarriage or somebody lost a child. And remember, it can be several years ago. It doesn't have to be, you might not even be aware of it. But I feel more of a connection ancestry wise. And I feel like there's the support and protection and love of it feels more of that versus guardian angel or spirit council. I feel it absolutely. He's there to, and he was there and he is there to help guide and protect from the ancestry part. But I feel a connection there, ancestry wise or genetic wise. I can't pull out of that. So there's something there that, and I wouldn't worry too much about figuring it out, but I would connect with him now because I do feel like he's still with you. So I would literally say, thanks for coming, little guy. My computer has been acting up. The first screen died in the middle of watching Haley do a video on glitches in the Matrix. I took it in and had my screen replaced when I got home a day later. That's interesting. Spirit does connect with technology quite a bit. I'm curious. That's what she said. When you got the screen replaced, did they come up with a reason why it needed to be replaced? Was it technical or was it not technical? And sometimes it can be just simply technology glitching. And sometimes it can, and the timing of it can be very bizarre. And other times it can be spirit. Spirit messes with my technology all the time. And it's usually to get my attention. So when you feel that, if you're getting a glitch, with your technology, just pause for a moment and just kind of bring your awareness to, what are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me? And sometimes we miss it. And I'm gonna tell you guys a cute little story that happened to me yesterday. I missed the message. And when I look back, I thought that was so loud and clear. So yesterday, I went to go out and I was getting all my stuff ready and I went looking for my keys. And they're always in the same spot. So I was looking for my truck keys and couldn't find them, couldn't find them, couldn't find them. And I'm very much okay with a pause and timeline. Okay, yeah, I'm not meant to leave yet. I'm not meant to leave yet. Then I found the keys in a very unusual spot. They were on my dining room chair, and the chair was pushed in, so I didn't see them. And I know for 100% that my keys were not on the table. I did not put them in my purse. I left them in the usual spot by the front door. So, okay, I found my keys. So I just kind of paused. Is it time to go? I didn't feel any warnings. Then I was walking out to my vehicle and I went to open my truck door and I had my water bottle and my water bottle went flying literally flying out of my hands, out of my arm, and hit the ground. It popped open. It was one of those screw ones that's refillable. It popped open and I had water all over me. And I was like, "Great. All right, another pause." And I'm okay with it. So, I didn't have anything major that I was going to. Timing was a little bit important. Upstairs I go and I change my clothes. So I kind of pause at the front door. Can I go now? I didn't really feel any warning. So I got in the truck and I had this really bizarre feeling wash over me. And I thought, do I need to get out? So I waited, wasn't sure what was going on. And I just asked for Spirit to protect me. Please, please protect me. If I need to stay home, I'll stay home. And I didn't feel anything. So went on my merry way. I had driven to the next town. I went to Cambridge. For those of you who are local, went to Cambridge. Then from Cambridge, I went to Waterloo. From Waterloo, I went back to Cambridge. And I had picked somebody up to bring them home from Cambridge to Waterloo. Somebody was with me. So when I got, sorry to make this so long, but it's kind of a cool story. Hang in there. So when I went so when I dropped off this person at home, we were talking in the truck and my truck was shut off. And I had this bizarre alarm go off in my truck. I'd never heard it before. I hadn't heard my truck make this sound. And it was an alarm. And the person I was with heard it too. And it only lasted like maybe 3 seconds. And I was like, what the heck was that? I looked on my dash. I couldn't see nothing. I thought maybe I was leaning on something, but I had never heard that alarm before. We say our goodbyes. She goes in her house. I drive 2 blocks and Spirit says, "Stop your truck." I stop my truck. I look down at my gauges. My temperature gauge was right on the high mark. It was I was probably like a minute or two away from overheating or blowing my motor. So I was like, "Okay, I understood why I couldn't find my keys and the water reference. That water bottle, it's about this big and I know it was tight. I always tighten it. I know it was tight. The water reference was connecting to the coolant and I had missed it. And we do miss these little things. I understood it later, but it happens, right? It's not always so clear. So I let my truck cool down and I just thought, okay, what am I going to do here? So I'm gonna Google garages near my location. So I was able to get my vehicle. It was only a couple blocks to the garage. I pulled in, I popped the hood, and my coolant was empty. And I thought, isn't that interesting? So they filled up my coolant. They said, you're good to go back home, get it into a garage. So I took it I took it and dropped it off at a garage. Of course, it was almost 5 o'clock. They said, Lana, we'll look at it in the morning. But when they popped the hood, they said, we don't see any coolant leaking out. Was it a delay? I'll find out later today when they're gonna give it another look over because they kept it overnight. Was it a delay for protection? I'm just gonna trust that it was, and we'll see what the garage says today. But we do my point is sometimes we do I even miss it. And, it's because we're either too much in a hurry or we don't put it together. I have my water bottle to the coolant. I didn't connect that until later in the day, and I was like, "Okay." The water bottle spilt. I was gonna run out of coolant. and I look back and I thought I should have popped the hood. But, physical world, stuff to do, places to go, people to see. It happens, right? It happens. So, long story short, you guys, we do miss them. We do miss these glitches. We do miss the messages, and we have our aha moments later. The next time there's a water spill randomly out of nowhere, I'm going to pop the hood of my truck. Okay, anyway, thanks for hanging in there and listening to that story. The keyboard stopped working. I noticed a crack in the screen and the frame. I fixed it with resin. Suddenly, my keyboard started to work again. But unfortunately, I messed up my camera because of the shutter. And sometimes it's just physical world, and sometimes it's spirit trying to give us a message. And sometimes it takes a bit for us to figure that out, right? I mean, sometimes we can't figure it out, or we don't stop. Here's the thing. We don't stop long enough to figure it out. Had I come back in the house and really thought about the water and really thought about what I was doing, getting in the truck water, and if I would have followed through with that, but I was too busy. I had to get out of the house, right? There we go. And I do this all the time. So it happens, right? Just kind of like take it as learning to go deeper when you receive something like that. Fran, so many headaches the last few weeks. I figured it was the weather, but now I'm reconsidering. Fran, I don't. So as always, Fran, I know you know this. If you have concerns, please go see your doctor. Um, I don't feel worried with it. I don't have a panic feeling with it. I feel it more of an energetic or spiritual. I feel it's connecting to some overthinking. I also feel it's connecting to some flushing. I feel like I've got to up my water and do some flushing out. I don't feel it physical, but if this continues or if you feel you need to contact your doc, please do. How are you today, Lana? Any messages from spirit guide? Violetta. Kayla, I'm really, really good. Um, Messages from Violetta. Let me just kind of tap in there. So, Kayla, I need to turn up the volume on humor. I need to, for some reason, when you laugh till you snort. I need to get you there. And I feel like I need to I just have to turn up the laughter. She's showing me that deep belly laugh. That for some reason it's almost it feels similar to the impact of meditation right now for you. I feel like I've got to like laugh till I snort or laugh till my belly hurts. I feel like I've got to like lean into humor. Throw on some whatever you find funny, throw on some funny videos or something that's really gonna make you laugh. I need to move some energy. I need to move. I feel like I need to move. And I'm also curious, Kayla, have you had any digestion stuff go on or any kind of acid reflux? I feel like I've got to move that stomach area and it's energy for me. I've got to get laughing more, deeper. I've got to like really bring it's almost like instead of meditation, laugh. But it's gotta be that deep laugh. There's something there that needs to move. Smash that like button, so that's what you said. Wes, I just need to let you know that you're doing a very good job. I feel like I need to celebrate you need to celebrate yourself a little bit more of either finding a way to treat yourself, whether it be a special chocolate bar or cookie or whatever resonates with you. I feel like I need to treat myself. I feel like I need to say, "You know what? And it has to come from you. I keep feeling this with you, Wes. You've got to continue with how I feel, like how you feel about it. I know what you've got to celebrate you. You've got to honor yourself. I feel like I still have to turn the volume up of that and really kind of even go deeper with it. Dee Dee is okay, I read that one from Dee Dee. All right, here we go. We're gonna do a few more and then I've got to get going, you guys. It's almost 9 o'clock. Easy Puff, Lana, the other day you shared a post of your primary spirit guide. I'd like to know what my primary spirit guide is, um, and why or what they specialize in. So you can. So, like I said, talked about in that video, Easy Puff, you can get there on your own. With connecting with them, talking to them, building your relationship with them, and just kind of asking them, what do you look like? Allow what comes into your awareness, allow yourself to build that relationship, build that foundation. I feel like, and I've been really pushed with this a lot lately on teaching people more and more teaching people. They're your spirit council, and you can feel into and just simply ask them, what's your specialty? What do you specialize in? And trust what you feel. It's so important that you trust what you feel. And I feel that the more that we teach, more that we all learn, and the more that I kind of teach, it's expansion for you. And I feel like I really need to get you to start with going deeper with your own awareness and connection to them. So just start talking to them out loud in your mind. Go back and watch that video and get more tips on it. Build your foundation and trust what you get, because we need to start trusting ourselves. We need to start our own awareness. We need to work through that. Am I making this up? Right? Is it my imagination? We need to start trusting. And so that's kind of where I need to push you a little bit, easy puff, and just kind of allow it. You can do it. You can all do it. Um, Sandra Bullock, I would love a celebration. It will be posted soon. Shy says hi, but she's busy doing things. Hi, Shy. Uh, Cheyenne, I'm glad you're honoring yourself. Fran, yes, yes, I should have been more specific. Feel like the headaches are energetic. I was replying to your comment, but about someone holding energy. Absolutely, you're holding energy, Fran. So I would just kind of like move through that a little bit. Freya, Lana, you're looking. Hey, Lana, looking for some guidance on taking that steps needed to better my health. I really struggle with taking action. I need to be stronger mentally. Love you, Haley. I love you too, Haley. Okay, so here's what they're showing it to me. Okay, I feel like too far out looking towards future stuff is overwhelming for you. I need to kind of go into the power of now. For today, and just literally, I know it's not a new thing. Just for today, I am going to this is what I'm going to do just for today for my eating habits. Today, I need to kind of push you in the power of now, so that overwhelming feeling of long term, I feel that that's where you really get discouraged. And I hear you, Haley. And this is something that I have learned from my own self, is just for today, I am going to do the best that I can to eat properly, move my body, and then the next day I get up with the same thing. I also feel, Freya, that with or Haley, I feel like I also need to release. Our physical body holds on to things for protection. And I feel like I need to scratch at that with you. Start using other other things, other either visualizing or carrying a crystal, whatever resonates with you. You are protected. It doesn't have to come from any other source other than yourself and spirit. I feel like there's a protective layer there. So I feel like I've got to kind of like chip away at that a little bit. And I feel like I have to go for today. So I wouldn't worry about it at the night before. Get up in the morning and say, okay, what do I need to eat today or drink today or do today? Just today to look after my physical body. My best is always good enough. Yes, I can tweak it. Yes, I can always do better. But today, my best is good enough. When we start leaning into that kind of energy, I'm gonna do my best today, and my best might be a bite of a cookie, but that might be my best. But I need to start with those little steps, and I need to kind of shorten it for just for today. Long term is really overwhelming when we think about, oh, I've got 50 pounds to lose, and da 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 da, da, and we become overwhelmed, and then we kind of give up. But if just for today, I can drink an extra glass of water, I can eat another piece of celery, right? So you see what I mean? It just softens it, and before you know it, you start to see that little bit of progress. But we get overwhelmed, and we're hard on ourselves when we're not seeing the results that we want. Just for today, I'm going to do it. And it really helps. And it helps with so many other things, right? Just for today, I'm going to watch my thoughts. Just for today, it just lifts off that pressure. And I feel like you struggle with being pressured, you know, as well, like a lot. I feel like pressure for you is kind of like overwhelming or like an anxiety. So I feel like I've got to say, don't worry about next week. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about it all. Just worry about what's right in front of you right now. That's all we can control anyway. We only have control over what's in front of us right now. And that will lift a lot of anxiety, right? Worry is a manifestation of things that you don't want anyway. So come into right now. And I really feel I need to say, Haley, you're doing your best. You're learning, you're trying, and there's a the fact that you posted it in the group, you are trying, right? I love you, Haley. Um, Christine. Hi, beautiful. Wondering if my guides have any idea what's going on health wise for my little dog. Any insight? Um, I don't know why I'm feeling my teeth and I'm feeling my stomach. So has there been any dental issues? I would kind of have a look in there. My teeth are bothering me all of a sudden. And I am also really aware of my digestive system. So has there been any tummy stuff going on there? And just kind of keep an eye on it. So anything to do with the tummy. So all, the organs in the tummy, I'm really in there. I now Christine, I don't feel really heavy with this. It's more of I gotta tweak a few things. So I don't know if my food is too hard. There's something there, and I'm really in the back, and I'm on my left side. Look at what hand I had up. I'm on the left side. So there's something there at the left side. Have a look, and if there's nothing obvious, keep an eye because sometimes I'll pick up on something that maybe coming in or maybe just be aware of it, but I'm really here on the left side, if that makes any sense there to you. Call me Lisa C. Lana, I would like to share my story with you on and how I grew spiritually, but it's too long for a YouTube comment. I already shared my story with Haley, but do you have an email for me, please? Let me put it here in the chat. There you go. There you go. You're welcome to share. I do try really hard to answer as many emails as I can get to in a day. So if I don't answer right now in a day right away, just give me a little bit of patience. Thank you very much. But I would love to hear your story and thank you, Okami Lisa, to for reaching out like that. Fran, I'll read that one with Fran. Okay, Kayla, I'm bloated. I haven't worked out in a few weeks. Thank you, Lana and Violetta. You're very welcome, darling. Get laughing, get laughing, get laughing. Diane Lopez, whenever there's a delay in my plans, I always take that as a sign of protection and try not to get upset or a setback. Absolutely. I'm grateful for a delay. And when things are out of my control, it's out of my control. If that's I always look at it with thank you. Thank you for the delay. And you know what? I try not to take things so seriously. If I'm a few minutes late for something, I'm a few minutes late for something. If it needs to be rebook me, right? I've learned to not sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff, right? It's all small stuff. I've kind of leaned into so what, it with love, in a loving way. If it's not meant to be for me, it's not. It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. If it's not now, then it's okay. Um, all right, you guys, a couple more. Wes, speaking of laughter and meditation, I remember someone on the radio talk about laughter meditation from the spiritual leader shaman. That's lovely. Uh, okay, I've had digestive issues, headaches, and stiff, achy joints. Everyone is getting my attention, but I don't know what to think about it yet. Aaron, just kind of look at what you're tapping into energetically. Am I absorbing energy that doesn't serve my highest good? Yes or no, right? And if you need to be able to put something down, so I you know, and I've done this before with you guys, pick up something that symbolizes the energy that you're around, whether whatever it is. This is what this symbolizes. I'm gonna put it down, and I'm gonna go and do something else with my energy. Recharge, cleanse, whatever resonates with you. I'm going to stop putting that down. I'm gonna start putting that down, and every time you pick it back up, you need to remind yourself to put it back down. Okay, you guys, I need to get moving here. So Fran, my main line that I use is "Who cares?" I absolutely, Fran, and that one brings me so much, so much joy when I hear that. Who cares? There are some things we cannot change, and there's some things that really don't matter. We tap into it and make it matter. The who cares. So you guys try that. Try that. Who cares? So you'll see. I can't even do it without laughing. So try it, animate it, like just kind of feel into that. Who cares? All right, you guys, let's switch over to the books. I do have to get going. I'm working today, and I have an interesting combination today, and I do have to figure out what's happening with my truck. And so, anyway, I think I know what's happening with my truck. I don't think there's anything wrong with my truck. We're gonna find out. I'll let you know. All right. 309. Because you've been listening to Heaven's loving wisdom, you're now embarking on your divine life purpose of service to the world. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's do another one. I do love the angel numbers. I do love angel numbers. 153. It's safe for you to make the changes that you're considering as long as you stay focused upon service and divine love, which the ascended masters can help you do. These changes will be fruitious. I'm also very excited that the editing on that video from Mexico is almost done. I should be posting that in the next couple days, maybe even today. We'll see how it goes. And I'm so excited to get that to you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. All right. You guys help me out. Set some intentions. What does the collective group need to hear? Butterfly. Lighten up. Lighten up and stop taking everything so seriously. Get ready for a big change, one where an old habit, way of thinking, or lifestyle is going out and a new way of being is emerging. It's time to make the changes you've been considering. In spite of the challenges, you'll get through the transition. And as always, know that this too shall pass. I just talked in the last live. It's temporary. Okay, sorry. Express yourself by wearing more colorful clothing. Well, I did go with a blue scrunchie today. I was gonna go black, and I thought I need a splash. I need a splash of color. Um, let's read that first line again. You ready? Lighten up and stop taking everything so seriously. I love that. I know the energy is heavy. I know there's a lot of divide. I know what's going on in the world, and it's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. There are lessons that need to be learned. Things are going to come to truth. There is going to be some light shining on this. Lighten up. I love that. Oh, coming Lisa, I've been seeing butterflies for weeks. Who cares? There we go, Kayla. So there we go. You see, it's a lightening up. So, call me Lisa. This probably is very much for you as well as everybody else. Lighten up and get ready for some big change. One where an old habit, way of thinking, or lifestyle is going out, and a new way of being is emerging. As humans, we don't like change. Man, we resist it. We kick and scream and go fighting with change. Holy cow. Right? So, and the other thing, when things like, world events and things that are happening, when things are sloppy or rough or turbulent, what's it teaching us? That's where I go. What is this teaching us collectively? Right? And I'm telling you right now, there is going to be a big collective movement. A lot of throat chakras are gonna be cleared, and it feels good. And this has nothing to do with my personal opinion because I don't necessarily have a personal one. I always go this way. So, I just can't lean it doesn't feel rough. And spirit would warn me. Spirit warned me about things that I don't want to use the word worry about, but things that were going to be heavy and hard to navigate through. When I talked about the water issue, back in January and my predictions for the year, I was concerned about water and so were they. When you think about all the issues with water that we've had, that's heavy. Right? The water didn't feel light and loving to me. The water felt heavy. And when you think about the flooding and the destruction and the people without homes, that felt heavy. This does not. It's like there's going to be some lessons, there's going to be some shifts, and there's going to be some learning, but I don't feel heavy and dark with it. So I have to trust that, regardless of what social media says, regardless of what the news say, regardless of everybody else's opinion, I'm just going this way with them, and that's my go-to. You can do that all on your own. You can sit with the energy. How does it feel for you? Lean in there. All right. Let's see. Oh, I better look at Monday. I'm pretty sure I'm here Monday for an energy update. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I am. I will be here Monday at 8:30 for an energy update. As always, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided day. Take care, you guys.